How many of you remember End SARS protest? I'm sure some of you heard that so many people were arrested. The guy I'm about to interview right now, he's going to be telling us how he got arrested, how he was tortured, and everything he went through. He spent almost 1 year in prison. This is the Lokyudu experience.
My name is Mbani Kola Sugochukwu, and I'm from Enugu State. Yes, I spent 8 months in Kirikiri prison because I participated in NSAS protests. I was stripped naked entirely. They pour water on my body. They beat me to the extent I can't lay down, I can't sit down, I can't stand up. I don't know how to move my body. They have hefty men. They are still inmates in that same place. Criminals that has been trained to beat up human beings. I was terrified. I was so scared to the extent that I thought I have met my end at that point.
Oh my goodness, bro, you said you spent 8 months in prison because you joined the End SARS protest. Can you please tell the world your story?
On the 20th of October 2020, we had an NSAS protest at Ojo Vokes. Ojo Vokes, yes. So, but on the 29th of October, I went to bank to get my statement of account for an official business I wanted to open. On that morning by 8 a.m., after coming out from the bank, along Ojo local government, I saw some boys that stopped on a vehicle and pointed at me. Before I know, they rushed me, pointed at me that I'm the leader of NSAS. Just like that, they started beating me, dragged me into their vehicle, and took me to police station. When we got to police station, I tried to make use of my phone to call my family or call any of my friends. They took my phone away from me. Even the police they joined them in beating me up. They messed me up, dragged me to their cell. And some few hours later, they tried to bring me out to ask me to write a statement, which was against myself. I refused not to. They were forced to write the statement by themselves. And after that, I was taken back to the cell, where I met 5 other guys who are also NSAS protesters. So after 2 days in Ojo police station, we were taken to Yaba Panti police station the next 2 days. So one of the victim there, who was an Igbo boy, Chimeze Ugumba, was later joined with me in the court when we were taken to the court after 5 days at Panti. We were taken to court where we got to the courtroom. We were placed with 3 count charges: armed robbery, arson, and rioting. So the guy I mentioned was joined with me as a casemate. Somebody I have never seen in my life before. Somebody I don't know before. I've never met him. But we were joined as a casemate. So we were asked in the court if we had the charges that was read before us. We said, I said, if saying yes means that I committed those crimes, that my answer is no. That I don't know what I was doing in the court. I don't know what brought me there. I don't know how I got there at all. So, but the judge went ahead and placed the charges on us, and they handcuffed me and the guy and took us back to Black Maria, and they drove us back to Panti station. The next day, making it the 6th day, early in the morning, around 2 a.m. at night, 2 a.m., they brought us we were about 90 guys. They brought us and dragged us into the Black Maria and drove us straight to Kirikiri prison. All this while, my family, my friends never knew where I was. My family was looking for me. They were looking for me. They placed me missing because later on, they went to the police station, where the police now informed them that I have been transferred to Panti. They tried to go to Panti. They went to Kpanti, and Kpanti people still told them that I have been transferred again to Kirikiri Medium Prison. So all this while, it has taken like 2 months up before they could be able to know where I was. And when they got to know, they came for me, and they were not allowed to see me. All the while I was in prison, my family never saw me for once. Not even my friend, nobody that I know that I saw for once. So over there in the court, the first time I was taken to the court, that was the first time. Then other dates, other adjournment was shifted, and they were postponing my adjournment date like 5 good times before I went to the court the second time while I was in the prison. So that was how I got into Kirikiri Medium Prison.
What were some horrible things that you experienced? Were you scared? What did they do to you?
I experienced horrible things, not just horrible, terrible, inhuman. Like, I experienced a kind of humiliation I never experienced in my life before. This was what happened to me the first day we got into Kirikiri yard. We were told that they are going to embalm us. I've never known in my life that they embalm life human being, like somebody who is alive. I thought it was dead bodies that they used to embalm. But when they mentioned that word that they're going to embalm us, I never knew what they meant until the night of that same day. The night of that same day, they took us to a place they called Angola prison, Angola cell, which is called the punishment cell inside Kirikiri yard. That Angola cell, they have hefty men. Their job there is just to punish people. Their work, they are still inmates in that same place. They are still inmates, criminals that has been trained to beat up human beings. That same night, I was stripped off my clothes. I was stripped naked entirely without putting on anything. They pour water on my body. And by this time, those guys I was arrested with and taken to Kpanti to prison. When we got to Kirikiri, we were separated. I never know where any of them was. We were in different cells. I never know the cell where they shifted them. So, but me, I was in a different cell. So all this while, that night, I had like 2 guys behind me, 2 guys in my front, and they were reading the law of prison to us. They told us that the law that is guiding the place that we are coming from is different from the law that is guiding where we are now. So if they are reading the law, we should scream yes to the highest of our voice, so that somebody from like 1 kilometer from this place, this point now, will be hearing our voice. Not unknowingly to me, I don't know what that means. They were reading the law. I was just saying, they say, do you understand? I say yes. They will just hit me badly. They will make me feel pain for me to shout. You know when somebody, you know how electric shocks somebody, and the person shout surprisingly, unknowingly. So they will make you to raise your voice to the extent that somebody in a far distance will hear you. So they were reading the thing. I was saying, yes, sir. You need to shout to your utmost voice. So at that point, I began to understand that it was I came to a different world. So talking about if I was scared, in fact, I was terrified. I was so scared to the extent that I thought I have met my end at that point. After this punishment at that night, I now experienced another horrible punishment. When I was asked about my age, they asked me my age. I told them my age. They asked me if I'm married. I said no. They asked me if I have a child. I said no. They said okay, and I came to prison, that they are going to help me to die quick. That was my worst fear. That fact that I have not given birth made them to beat me to stupor. to beat me to the extent I have no more strength to move. All this while, I had an operation during 2018, which is called a hemorrhoid operation. That is anal surgery. This operation, they beat me to the extent the operation revoked back again and started paining me. I can't lay down, I can't sit down, I can't stand up. I don't know how to move my body. So that is how terrified I was. That is how scared and how the whole thing went.
Bro, if Sowore did not send a lawyer for you, what would have been your fate?
I don't know what would have been my fate, sincerely speaking, because if not for Sowore, thank God for him. Only one man I know in Nigeria that does not discriminate. The only one man I know that doesn't want to know he doesn't practice tribal issue. He doesn't want to know if you're from Igbo, if you're from Yoruba, if you're from Hausa. He doesn't want to know. All he is fighting is for justice. He's a human rights activist. One man I know that always stands for truth. This man was the only person who sent a lawyer who was able to come into prison to see me for the first time. Nobody was allowed to come in that yard and see me. It was the lawyer he sent that was able to come inside prison, and they called me out from my cell to come and meet my visitor. I came, and it was a lawyer that Sowore sent. That lawyer, how they got to know about my case was during that SARS. It was the post I made, and when I was tagging SARS panel on my post, that's how they got to know about my whereabouts. And I see their contact from their own comment. That was how I picked their contact. I started chatting them and calling them before they got to know. Even they were the one that started helping me out by sending me some money, though there was some discount, there was some charges from the money they sent to me. Every 1,000 they removed 200. So that's how it was. So that's the way Sowore helped me out.
So how did they now release you?
Before I got released, after shifting adjournment upon adjournment in the court, then later on, Sowore's men, which they always go to court each time I have court date. They always go to court, but they will not see me, and they will be upset and be angry, asking the lawyers and warders, why is it that you guys are not bringing this our client to the court? Why is it that he's not coming to court? And all these days I used to be in the cell. They don't even care how I am doing. So till the day they finally got a release warrant from court, from the judge. This was after they have done their investigation to an extent that they found out that my hands are clean. I did nothing. This was after like 5 months. They now discovered that I didn't do anything. They changed my case. The charge they gave me, which was armed robbery, arson, and rioting. They changed it to illegal gathering. You see, when they changed the case, that was how they now gave them the release warrant, and Sowore's men came to Kirikiri Yard to release me.
From everything you've said so far, do you regret joining the NSAS protest?
How will I ever regret being a protester? I will never regret that, because if Nigeria is good, if my country is a better country, there will not be anything like protest. If the government of my country is doing well, if the government of my country fights for the well-being of their citizens, nobody will be thinking of protest. And now I can't be regretting that I protested, because it's for the right of the people. That's all. I don't regret it.
So bro, what's your life like right now? How are things going for you?
My life is in a mess. My life right now, in fact, since I got outside the prison, I lost everything I had. My barbering salon, I lost it. My house where I'm staying, I lost it. It was only my phone, and before I could be able to retrieve my phone was the help of another lawyer. I got his contact from a foreigner who is outside Nigeria, who is in America. That was how I could be able to recover my phone. But every other thing, even the phone was messed up. It was just that SIM on my phone that was the only valuable thing I received. Every other key to my shop, my bangles, my jewelries, everything, my clothes, everything. I lost everything entirely. Nothing. In fact, my life was messed up because, in fact, it was just because of God that I'm still surviving right now.
Imagine the government was watching you right now. What is something you would like to say to them?
Seriously, our government need to do more. Our government need to do better, because if the government are seeing for the welfare of their citizens, for the well-being of their people, nobody will be thinking of all these things. Our government need to look after their own people, the people they are leading. This, you cannot just be, traveling all around the world borrowing money anyhow without checking on the people that you are leading, people who voted you to office. See, me talking to the government, first of all, I need a compensation, because what has been taken away from me is too much. The experience I had is like a mark, is like a scar in me, and I can never forget it. The only thing that will make me start relieving my mind from the experience I had, my ordeal in prison, is by government compensating me, showing me care, making me to forget about the bad feelings I had and the illegal treatment that was given to me. That is the only thing I can be able to request from the government.
Do you have any advice to fellow Nigerians watching you right now?
My fellow Nigerians, listen and listen very good. I want to advise you people. See, Nigeria is our own, and nobody is leaving it for anybody. Forget the fact that everybody is running outside, jackpot everywhere. Nigeria is blessed. God has blessed Nigeria with milk and honey, wealth, agriculture. We are blessed. I don't see the reason why we should be scared to come out and speak. I don't see the reason why we should be scared to stand up for our right. I don't see the reason why everybody should be scared of dying. I advise you all to remember that if you do not do this thing today, it is going to affect your own children, your born children tomorrow, in future. This is going to affect everybody. We have to stand up once and settle our problem and enjoy the future. So I advise you all to make up your mind. Rise up. Let's stand firm, because tomorrow is better.
Bro, I'm sincerely sorry for your experience. A lot of people heard that people were arrested, but so many people did not believe that. Talk more of everything you just experienced. A lot of people wouldn't have thought that this was what some of the people participated in that protest went through. I am sincerely sorry. I pray that God finds a way to restore you for everything you've lost. And thank you so much for sharing your story.